1.8. Today we are discussing vector integration. Vector integration, first we discuss what is vector integral. So consider a curve C in a space which consists of infinitesimally small lines elements of length dr. Then the line integral of a vector A, x, y, z along the curve C is defined to be the sum of scalar products of vector A and vector dr and is represented by integral over C vector A dot vector R dr. This is called as vector integral. Where here C is what? It is a closed curve which do not intersect anywhere. The line integral around C is denoted by like this symbol. So this is read as line integral. So vector A dot dr. And if vector F is the force acted upon by a particle in displaying it along the curve C, then line integral over C vector F dot vector R represents what? It represents the total work done by the force. So it also represents circulation of vector F about C, where F represents the velocity of the fluid. So F is irrotational. If means what? We say vector F is irrotational if its line integral that vector F dot vector R dr is equal to 0. Then so this is what vector integral. So now just we solve we'll discuss some example. If vector F is xyi plus yzj plus zxk, evaluate integral over C vector F dot dr vector dr, where C is the curve represented by x equal to t, y equal to t square and z equal to t cube, where t lies between -1 and +1. So we have vector F as xyi plus yzj plus zxk and vector R as xi plus yj plus zk. So it will give us as dr is equal to dxi plus dyj plus dzk. So dot product of f and dr, vector f dot vector dr is xy into dx plus yz into dy plus zx into dz. So since x, y, z are given, so x is t, y is t square, z is t cube. Then by the data, we obtain what is dx? Dx is dt, dy is 2t into dt, dz is 3t square into dt. Therefore, vector f dot vector dr is equal to t cube dt plus t raised to 5 into 2t dt plus t raised to 4 into 3t square dt. How it comes? There you have here what will be our final equation? Xy dx plus yz dy zx dz. So xy dx so it is xy dx plus yz dy plus zx dz. So since what you have, we are given it the values. So those are x is equal to t, y is equal to t square and z is equal to t cube. So we substitute them. So what is x? X is t here. X is t. And what is y? Y is t square. What is dx? Dx is dt plus y. Y is t square. Z is t cube. Dy is 3t square dt. Similarly, z is t cube. X is t. Dz is 3t square dt. Here, I think here, this one. So dy. I have to write dy. Dy is equal to so dy is equal to 2 dt into 2t into dt. So when you simplify, so you'll get this. So when you simplify, that you get t cube plus 2t raised to 6 plus 3t square t raised to 6 into dt. Dt is common. So when you simplify, t cube plus 5 times t raised to 6 dt. So vector f dot vector r dr. So line integral over c is here t varies from -1 to +1. That's why integration over t equal to 1 to -1, -1 to +1, t cube plus 5 raised to t raised to 6 dt. So when you integrate, we'll get and apply the limits. So it is t raised to 4 by 4, limits from -1 to +1 plus 5 as it is, t raised to 7 by 7 -1 to +1. So when you simplify, you'll get the value of this force as 10 by 7. Similarly, next one, evaluate integral over c f dot vector dr, where vector f is xy I plus x square plus y square j along first one, the path of the straight line from 0, 0 to 1, 0 and then to 1, 1. Second point, the straight line joining the origin and 1. So let's read it again. We have to find vector that's a force, that is integration over f dot dr, where f is given as, we have to find the force along the path straight line from 0, 0 to 1, 0 here. From 0, 0 to 1, 0 means along OA and then to 1, 1. From 0, 0 to 1, 0 and then from then to 1, 1. And then the straight line joining the origin and 1, 2. So here first one, by the data f is given, that is xyi plus x square plus y square j. Then integration over c f vector f dot vector dr is equal to integration over c xy dx plus x square plus y square dy. Call this as equation 1. Now, first one. So here, what is our curve? C is OA to OB. So we divide this integral in two parts. Integration over OA vector f dot vector dr plus integration from OAB vector f dot vector dr. Call this as equation 2. Now, along OA, y is 0. So therefore dy is equal to 0, and what happens now? X lies between 0 and 1. So then from equation 1, integration over OA vector f dot vector dr is equal to 0. Here from 1, when you take over OA, since dy is 0, what happens? Vector f dot vector dr, this becomes 0 because y is also 0, dy is also 0, so 0. Call this as equation 3. Then along AB, x is 1, therefore dx is equal to 0. Then the y lies between 0 and 1. Again from 1, vector integration over AB vector f dot vector dr. So here y varies from 0 to 1. Then from equation 1 becomes xy dx. So here since dx is 0, 0 plus 1 plus y square into dy. Here x square plus y square into dy. X is 0, x is 1, so 1 plus y square into dy. So when you integrate, so it is 1 y plus y cube by 3. Y varies from 0 to 1. So it is 4 by 3. Therefore, using equation 3 and 4 in 1, in 2, what will obtain? Integral over c vector f dot vector dr is equal to, first part is 0 plus 4 by 3. So integral over c vector f vector dr is equal to 4 by 3 means what? Force along the line that is from 0, 0 to 1, 0 and then to 1, 1. So now second point, C is the straight line joining 0, 0 and 1, 2. So here C is the straight line. The equation of the line is given by y minus 0 divided by x minus 0, that is equal to y is 2 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0. That is what y is equal to 2x. Therefore, 2 dy is equal to 2 into dx and x varies from 0 to 1. So from equation 1 now, integral over C vector f into dot vector dr is equal to integration from x equal to 0 to 1. So now, what is f now? X into 2x dx plus x square plus 4x square into 2 dx means what? Wherever y is there, we put 2x. So in this equation 1, in this one. So x as it is, y is 2x, so it is 2x square dx plus x square plus y square, so 4x square into dy is 2 dx. So 2 dx. So when you simplify, you will get 12x square dx. Limits are from 0 to 1. Therefore, integral over C vector f dot vector dr is equal to 4. Means what? Force along the origin, from origin to 1, 2 is 4. Now comes surface and volume integrals. So, sir, what do you mean by surface integral? An integral evaluated over a surface is called a surface integral. So, it is written as it's a double integral over S vector A dot n cap ds square. What is ds? ds is a small element of area in your surface. S is a surface. A is vector function and n is unit outward normal. It's a unit vector which is outward normal. So this is the surface. Here, this is some surface. Then this part is the small element area, and here this is what? This is the unit vector normal, outward normal, and here is also R is a region, some region, and the surface x, y, z, and it is here it is x, y, I, j, k elements. So now to evaluate a surface integral, we have to find the double integral over the orthogonal projection of the surface on one of the coordinate planes. So what is the first point? To evaluate a surface integral, first we have to find the double integral over the orthogonal projection of the surface on one of the coordinate planes. So that is, therefore ds, vector ds is equal to n cap into ds. That is equal to summation of dy dz into I. Means what? Summation of dy dz I, it is a plus summation of dy dx dz dy dz plus dz dx j plus dx dy k, like this. So volume integral, if V is the volume bounded by a surface and if f of xyz is a single valued function defined over V, then the volume integral of f of xyz over V is given by triple integral over V f dV. So here V is the volume. So if the volume is divided into sub-elements having sides dx, dy, dz, then the volume integral is given by the triple integral. So triple integral f of x, y, z, dx, dy, dz, which can be evaluated by choosing appropriate limits for x, y, z. Now, in this section, you are going to study main three integral theorems. First one, Green's theorem in a plane statement. If R is a closed region of the xy plane bounded by a simple closed curve C, and if m and n are two continuous functions of xy having continuous first order partial derivatives in the region R, then integral over C m dx plus n dy is equal to double integral over region R, dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y into dx into dy. So means what? According to Green's theorem, in a plane, if R is a closed region of xy plane, then it is bounded by some closed curve C. If m and n are two continuous functions of xy of first order partial derivatives in the region R, then integral over C m dx plus n dy is always equal to double integral over region R, that is their partial derivatives, difference of partial derivative dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y into dx into dy. This is Green's theorem. Stokes' theorem statement: if S is a surface bounded by a simple closed curve C, and if vector f is a continuously differentiable vector function, then integral over C vector f dot vector dr is equal to double integral over S, that is the surface, curl of vector f dot n cap into ds, that is unit vector into ds, that is equal to double integral over S is nothing but curl f is del cross phi vector f dot n cap ds. So according to Stokes, if a surface is bounded by simple closed curve C and f is a continuously differentiable function, vector function, then in such case, integral over C vector f vector dot dr is always equal to double integral over S, that is surface. It is equal that is a curl f, that is del cross f dot n cap into ds. So whenever you are given with a f and asked to verify Green's theorem, then here we have to write down the equation and then find their partial derivatives of m and n with respect to x and y. Substitute here, and your LHS must be equal to RHS. And here for Stokes' theorem, to find this vector f dot vector dr or integral C separately, and then to verify Stokes' theorem, we have to find curl of f and dot product of this curl f with unit vector n cap ds. Then both should be equal. Next theorem is Gauss divergence theorem. If V is the volume bounded by a surface S and f is continuously differentiable vector function, then triple integral over V divergence of vector f into dv is equal to double integral over S vector f dot n cap ds, where n is a positive unit vector outward drawn normal to S. So for the Gauss divergence theorem, it is based on the volume bounded by the surface, and f must be continuously differentiable vector function. In such case, triple integration over V divergence of vector f dv always equal to double integration over surface S, that is dot product of vector f and positive unit vector outward normal drawn normal to S. So these are the main three theorems that we discuss, ethical theorems, in this module. So in the next video, we'll discuss some of the examples based on these three theorems. Thank you.